Topic 2, behind the scenes and how trades are executed. Right, so the day has come. You've looked to, and you finally have chosen your stockbroker. Let's have a look at how these trades will be executed, settled, cleared. Well, first of all, what are you going to do? You're going to decide whether you want to buy, remember, that's a bid, or sell, the offer on one of your shares. You're going to contact your broker, be it the online or full service broker, and you're going to place your order with them. Your broker is then going to enter this order into the JSE's central order book, which is going to then wait for your trade to be matched. Remember, this is quite important because just because you've put an order to buy doesn't mean your trade will be filled or matched. Every trade needs the equal and opposite. For your buyer, we need to find a corresponding seller, and it is this system that matches the trades. Once the trade is matched, well then, the clearing and settlement process follow suit. So, let us say today your order to buy or sell has been matched. The trade has been executed. What is the next step? Well, clearing needs to take place. This really is the determination and calculation of the exact number of shares and the amount of money that needs to be paid by the buyer. Next to follow, obviously, the physical settlement, the actual exchange that needs to take place between buyer and seller and of cash and of shares. Now you'll notice that this whole process from when the trade has been matched, say today, and clearing and settlement does in fact take 5 business days to complete. So in other words, 5 business days later is when the relevant accounts will be updated and the cash will change hands. Now, before we go any further and we even consider investing in share markets, once again, I have to remind you that costs erode returns. So it's a good time just to take a little bit of a deeper look into what costs the stockbroking part of your deal is going to incur. There's typically 3 types to be aware of: stockbroker, execution, or brokerage fees. Remember, when you were picking your stockbroker, we said look at their fee schedule. How do they actually charge you for each and every trade whenever you buy and sell? Is it a flat fee? Is it on a sliding scale, for example? These stockbroking fees do the research. There are other fees to bear in mind as well, and these are the mandatory costs that take place from a trade being executed and your position going into the system. And these are, for example, the straight ad valorem fee. This is a mandatory fee that will take place, and it's really the settlement fee that is charged for every time you buy and sell. Other mandatory costs also include the investor protection levy, and this is actually issued by the FSB as part of their regulation and making sure the stockbroker, you are protected in this environment. Lastly, securities transfer tax. Now this is only incurred when you are buying shares, but all of these fees must be taken into account. Lastly, other. Well, there's other costs to take into account. Bear in mind minimum balance fees that the stockbroker might charge you. Be aware of all the costs, because when it comes down to it, returns are what you're looking for, and minimizing anything that will reduce those is what you're looking for.